Good evening. Members of the public are encouraged to participate in meetings by 1, accessing the webcast at www.cityofclovis.com/agendas, 2, providing written comments at the same website, 3, participating by phone, or 4, coming to the City Council meeting in person. I'm calling the meeting to order, and the flag salute will be led by Council Member Bessinger.
Please join me in saluting our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Ashbeck. Here. Councilmember Bessinger.
Here.
Councilmember Monitor.
Here.
Councilmember Whalen.
Here.
And Mayor Flores.
I'm here. First order of business, ordinances and resolutions. With respect to the approval of resolutions and ordinances, the reading of the title shall be deemed a motion to waive a reading of the complete resolution or ordinance, and unless there is a request by a council member that the resolution or ordinance be read in full, further reading of the resolution or ordinance shall be deemed waived by unanimous consent of the council. Second item will be consent calendar. Items considered routine in nature are to be placed upon the consent calendar. They will all be considered and voted upon in one vote as one item unless the council member requests individual consideration. A council member's vote in favor of a consent calendar is considered and recorded as a separate affirmative vote in favor of each action listed. Motions in favor of adoption of the consent calendar are deemed to include a motion to waive the reading of any ordinance or resolution on the consent calendar. For adoption of ordinance, only those that have received a unanimous vote upon introduction are considered consent items. Does any council member wish to pull an item from the consent calendar so it could be individually considered? Nope. Okay, I'll open it to the public. Anyone in the public wishing to pull an item from the consent calendar so it could be considered individually? No one here. Anyone on the web?
No.
Okay.
I'll move for approval of the consent calendar. How'd I do?
Great.
Okay.
Second. This is the tradition. She makes a motion, he seconds. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. So the motion carries 5-0, no no's. Okay, next item, council items. Item number 6, consider various actions related to the November 8, 2022 Clovis General Municipal Election for Clovis City Council and Measure B, Transient Occupancy Tax. Item A is consider approval of a resolution declaring the results of the November 8, 2022 Clovis General Municipal Election for Clovis City Council and Measure B, and B, oath of office for council members Bagsville, Bessinger, and Pierce. And our staff report will be by Carrie Shaw, our city clerk. I don't know, 30, I don't know. Okay, English is my second language. I had to use it one last time.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the council. As you know, on November 8th, a general municipal election was held in the city of Clovis to fill 3 city council seats and to vote on Measure B, the transient occupancy tax. For city council, there were 10 candidates running to fill the 3 seats. Additionally, for the transient occupancy tax measure, it needed a 50% plus 1 yes vote to pass. On December 8th, the Fresno County Clerk certified the election results. The certified results indicate that the top 3 vote getters for City Council were Drew Bessinger, Diane Pierce, and Matt Baskell. And the transient occupancy tax measure passed with 69.54% of the total votes received voting yes. Staff is recommending City Council to approve the resolution certifying the election results from the November 8th election. This concludes staff's report, and I'm available for any questions.
Questions for Carrie? All over to the public. Anyone from the public here present wish to comment on this item? Seeing none. Any on the web?
No.
Okay. I'll entertain a motion.
It would be my honor, actually, to move that we certify the results of the November 8th, 2022 Clovis General Municipal Election for the Clovis City Council and Measure B.
And I'll second that motion.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Motion passes 5-0 unanimously. Item B.
All right, at this time, I would like to invite council members Basgall, Bessinger, and Pierce up to the front of the chamber to take their oath of office. If you would please raise your right hand and state after me. I state your name. Do solemnly swear. That I will support and defend. The Constitution of the United States. And the Constitution of the State of California. Against all enemies, foreign and domestic. That I will bear true faith and allegiance. That I take this obligation freely. Without any mental reservation. Or purpose of evasion. And that I will well and faithfully. Discharge the duties. Upon which I am about to enter. And during such time. As I hold the office of City Council. Congratulations. Congratulations, sir. I need you to sign it up here. Signature on it. Thank you very much. All right. Thank you very much. And then if you just, that's this real quick, yeah.
We'll take about a 10, 15-minute recess from our regular meeting. That way, families and friends can congratulate the new council members and the incumbent council members. And have some refreshments.
All right, every party has someone who calls it to an end, so if we could find our way to our seats.
Talking button, okay.
All right. Well, I wish every meeting was this good of a party. So could we have cupcakes every week? Yes? Okay, good. So congratulations again to Diane and Matt and Drew. Welcome back, Drew.
Thank you.
All right. So next on our agenda is item number 7. These are considering various actions related to the City Council reorganization. So the first up on our agenda is the election of the mayor by the City Council. So I will open that item up for suggestions, nominations.
It would be my honor and pleasure to nominate Lynn Ashbeck as the next mayor of the city of Clovis.
Thanks, Drew. Is there a second to that idea?
I'll second that motion.
Are there any other nominations for mayor? This is really awkward. I nominate, no, I'm just kidding. Thank you, Drew. All right, so there is a motion and a second. Is it all in favor? All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? I won't. Motion carries. Thank you all very much. Thank you. Uh-oh, name tag. Probably better if you can't see me, but I might scoot these somewhere else. Hold on. All right, thank you. I will comment here in a moment. The next up is the election of the Mayor Pro Tem by the City Council, and I would open nominations for that role.
It would be my honor and pleasure to nominate Councilmember Vong Wanatua as the Mayor Pro Tem.
Is there a second?
I would like to second that.
There's a motion, a second. Any other nominations? All right, I'll call the question. All those in favor of Councilmember Wanatua serving as the Mayor Pro Tem, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? Congratulations, Mayor Pro Tem. This has been an evening of name tag rotation. Next up, it is my privilege to call back my friend and our outgoing mayor, Jose Flores. I don't know, you don't get to come up here anymore, I guess, I don't know. Joe, that's the place where citizens get to talk, so I guess that's where you are now.
I know how to push the button.
You do know how to push the button. That's actually, that's a really good thing. So, Jose, it is with great personal love for you and great personal regard on behalf of every citizen in this community to present to you your third mayor's plaque, I think. It says Jose Flores, Mayor, March 2021 to December 2022, in appreciation for your dedicated service to the citizens of the city of Clovis, California. For your almost 24 years of service, we are a better place because you served. We are grateful for your service, and we're honored to present you this plaque tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, it was almost 24 years. Thanks to Sacramento, they kind of shortened it just a little bit. It's been an awesome experience. You know, my parents came to this town with nothing, absolutely nothing, just lived about 3 blocks away from here. And their vision for their families was that it'd be better for them than that it was better for their children than it was for them. And they accomplished that. I remember when I won the election for the first time back in '99, Mom and Dad were so proud that their child, one of their children, grew up and was now a leader of the community they embraced. We were once in Mexico visiting her real hometown, and we were there for almost a week. And at the end of that visit, she turns around and says, okay, mijo, okay, son, let's go home. So Clovis was her home. And so it's been a privilege and honor. My wife she's from Reedley, but she's lived in Clovis longer than she ever lived in Reedley. And our daughter here, she's grown up here. My two boys are out of town, so they couldn't be here, but you know, families do sacrifice a lot. So I've done this because I always want to do something for the community that raised me and give back. I'm not done with politics, and if you guys don't behave, I'll be here. But I'm very glad that the voters of Clovis elected two very competent new council members and brought back Drew, who's done a great job up until now. I said I'm watching him, so we'll...
What does that mean exactly? Do you know?
Huh?
Your 3 minutes is up. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding.
So with that, good luck. You stand on the shoulders of not me, but the ones that came before us. So do what they did. Plan for 30, 40 years in advance. Thank you.
Thanks, Joe. Would any of my colleagues like to make a comment to Joe? Anyone comment?
Yeah. You know, Mayor, I'll still call you Mayor because your family has been an important part of my family in that, you know, we always knew Teacher Shelley, you know, she watched my oldest to my fourth as little preschoolers, and now they're juniors, you know, freshmen in college. And so even on a personal level, your family has had such an impact in my life. And then on the service side, you know, I've watched you when I was on the Planning Commission, and I've seen you when you led here, and you've always looked out for us, but allowed us to be ourselves. You know, there's an Indian proverb that says, blessed is, they say a man, but I'll just say people or individuals who plant trees under whose shade they may never sit. And I think as servants like yourself, you planted so many trees all over the community and even, you know, in the state, in the different committees that you sat on, that you may not even see the impact that you have made upon others. And so thank you. You know, God bless you in this next chapter of your lives together. And last week, I didn't get a chance to just thank and appreciate your wife and your children for loaning you to the citizens of Clovis for 24 years. And now you get them back. So thank you very much.
No refunds. He's yours. Thank you, Vaughn. Others, Drew?
Yeah. For anybody who knows Jose and I, you would know that we've led parallel lives. From our law enforcement careers, we've both been chiefs of police at different agencies, but personally as men, we were two fathers who had two young sons that we raised and had primary custody of. And that's something you don't see very often. And I had always appreciated Jose's knowledge, his ethics, and frankly, the legacy of the Flores family, coming here to Clovis, working hard and working their way up the ladder to the pinnacle. So congratulations. Shelley, congratulations, you're getting Jose back. Thank you.
Other comments? Diane?
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Mayor Flores, thank you so much for your service to this community and the support and friendship that you extended to me as someone who wanted to follow that and serve this community as well. So I just wanted to thank you for that, and again to your family for allowing you to serve this community and serving alongside you. It means an awful lot, and I'm glad to know that I can still call on you if I have questions or need advice on anything. So I just appreciate that friendship. Thank you.
Thanks, Diane. Matt?
Yeah, I just also want to say thank you for everything you've done for the community. And we've known each other for a lot of years, and, you know, serving as chief and sitting in front of you wasn't always the best of times, but I can say, you know, there were some nervous moments there, but I always appreciated everything that you have done for Clovis and that you were willing to, you know, listen to what we had to say and what direction we were going to go. So for that, thank you, and good luck to you and your not retiring potential political life. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Flores, you may return to the life of a citizen, civic leader, and we'll still call you. I want to give a little shout out, though, since I see Milena back there. One of the things that's so striking about this council service is for 22 years I sat next to Joe. When I first met Joe and Shelley and Milena, she was 4. Well, she was 2 when Joe was elected, and 4. So in all those early Christmas parades and rodeo parades was Milena waving at people year after year. And it's just the marking of time is a little bit striking. When I think about you are now 26-ish, about to be 26. Me too, so that's amazing how that happened. We're the same age now. I knew you'd eventually catch up. But anyway, I appreciate the personal nature of this work. This work is not about any of us, and we are not elected officials. We are humans and citizens first, and we happen to do this job as pure service to our community, and Joe, you were the best at that. So thanks for sharing, you and Shelley and Milena, and we'll find you all. We know just where to look, so thank you so much. Thank you. All right. You have to stay to the end of the meeting. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Huh? I'd like to just offer a moment if any of we'll start with the newly elected council members, if they'd like to make some comments, introduce your family, and then we will have public comments at the end. I think there's someone here who has to make a public comment. So I'll start, Drew, I'll start with you.
Thank you. I would like to introduce my wife, Yvonne, who is, and well, I'm going to tell a quick story. We are. You see that look on her face? Our truck battery went dead here last summer, and the tow truck driver comes over and he does it. He gets it all fired up and he says, "Do you want me to give your dad the bill?" And on one hand, it aggravated me. On the other hand, I went, "That's right. That's my wife." I'd like to thank the citizens of Clovis for re-electing me. The city of Clovis is a special place. Our citizens care about their neighbors. We are as successful as we are because we always find a way to get to what's the best for this community. As a council, we're not always going to agree on how to get there, but we all agree on the goal. And the goal is what is best for this community. So I'm happy to serve with my colleagues and my new colleagues. So thank you.
Thanks, Drew. Diane?
Yeah, my husband Jeremy is here, and of course I'm incredibly grateful for his support and encouragement as I sought to serve our community. We have only been residents of Clovis for 4 years, and we chose Clovis because we know it's special and we wanted that Clovis way of life. And to be now able to serve this community as a city council member when you're campaigning and saying how special this place is, and then that special place gives you the privilege, the honor, and the responsibility of serving in this capacity. The gravity of that is not lost on me. I'm incredibly humbled and honored, and I look forward to working with my fellow council members and our incredible city staff to make sure that we do protect and preserve that Clovis way of life, and the special things about this community are preserved for future generations to make the same choices that we have in making Clovis our home. So thank you so much for the support and the opportunity to serve the city of Clovis.
Thanks, Diane. Matt?
Well, I'll introduce my family first, and there's a bunch here. My wife, Joni. Hey.
Hey.
My daughter, Madison. Niece, Katie. Nephew, Elijah. My other nephew, Scott. Josh is here somewhere. Yep. I'm Uncle Matt to everybody over there. And then my brother and sister-in-law, Pat and Jim, are here. So I want to say thank you. And you know, it's a lot because the family puts out so much effort as well when you run for something like this. And I just really want to say thank you so much to all the family for all the support and everything that you gave and lent to me. And you know, when I said I want to run for city council, you know, my wife was the first one to say, "Are you sure you want to do that?" And eventually everybody agreed, and it was a good thing. And I also want to thank family friend Kathy in the back. She doesn't want to be recognized, but she was amazing in helping me through this process as well. So I know I'm probably going to forget people, but it really is an honor. I appreciate all the citizens of Clovis who supported me during this process, and you know, obviously all of the my friends over there, and Mike Cassett, our retired police captain's here to be with us as well, and I appreciate him being here, and all the families and friends. And you know, and one other thing I just want to say, I met some really special people during running for this seat who are also candidates, and I just want to say thank you for being just such amazing people. And you know, I really do appreciate all that we went through together in this process. So with that, I want to say thank you.
Thanks, Matt. Paul?
Sure. You know, in Clovis, they think of us when they elect us as politicians. But when you get here and you look at those who came before, like Supervisor Maxig, to Mayor Jose, to Bob, who I got to serve with, we're servants. And they have a servant's heart. And that is my continued hope for us as the new council, that we continue to do that. And it would behoove us not to recognize our fellow servants, Supervisor Maxig, Supervisor Brandau at the county, and City of Fresno Councilmember Gary Butterfield, in which I think these are also excellent service who we will continue to partner with. I do want to recognize Josh and Des for just allowing the citizens of Clovis to have excellent candidates to choose from, to where they struggle to see who out of the, and I thank you for volunteering yourself into that process. Congratulations to Diane and to, I've always known Matt as Chief, and so Chief Basco for winning. I wanted to just say the city is great because of our staff. I want to take a moment to thank all our staff, the department heads, to John, to Andy, and to all the other staff. That they are the ones who do the everyday job, and they exemplify what a Clovis way of life is in the service that they give to our residents, because they are the face, more so than us, of the everyday contact with our residents. And lastly, I thank our citizens for trusting us, at least for these next 2 years with Lynn and I, and then 4 years for the 3 new electeds for the time to be able to serve you again. So thank you for that.
Thanks, Fong. And I'll just add a few comments. So welcome to Matt and Diane, and welcome back. Very welcome. Cotter. Oh, no, that was a TV show. Welcome back, Drew. And I guess I would introduce my family, none of whom are here. Maybe they're online, I don't know. My husband's in Chicago. Jeff, my kids are in LA, Mike and Doug, so if you're here, I love you. And I always think about my dad on this night. My dad is a Navy veteran, He and my mom are buried at Arlington, and he was here for every one of these meetings when he could. And I told the story 2 years ago, but it makes me sentimental. That was in the days when Skype was a thing, and staff brought in that exact thing, that exact table, and my dad logged on from San Diego via Skype and watched, I think, me becoming the mayor in 2013. And of that night when we did the flag salute, my father stood up at his desk in San Diego, and all you saw on the Skype was his belt. But he was this proud Navy veteran, and he saluted the flag from his desk in Chula Vista. So I miss him a lot every day, and certainly today in particular. So just a shout out to my dad. Clovis is a place of common ground. It's a place of common good. It's a place of what we share together, not why we are different. And I really, we stand, Joe, you said we stand on the shoulders of people like Harry Armstrong and Tom Stearns and Stan King, Peg Boss, the first woman mayor of Clovis. They all served because it was the right thing to do for Clovis. They didn't serve for any other reason than that. So I think that is what makes Clovis uniquely special. We don't always agree, but we are civil and respectful, and we are constructive in our work. And those traits don't belong to any of us up here. They really belong 4 decades ago when that became the pattern. Again, it's an imperfect city, hasn't always been perfect, but I think those are the values that are really important to Clovis. So I look forward to the new ideas from Matt and Diane and helping us lift up those values that have kept Clovis great all of this time. And I think serving as the mayor is a good example of that. We take turns being the mayor of Clovis. As I often say, I only need 2 friends to be the mayor. Myself, I'll vote for myself, and 2 others, and it's good. So this job can never go to your head, but it's not about me anyway, and it's not about any of us. So for a long time, we were lucky to have a council of mayors. It'll take us a while to get back to that. I have a council of 1 mayor, but that was a special part of our city. So I do think it represents the best of just sharing that leadership role and representing our council. So I am grateful for that opportunity, and grateful particularly for those pictures that you see on the wall out there. We got here because of them, and our job is to make sure we do the same for the next 50 years. So it's a privilege, it's a pleasure, and thank you all. And if my family's online, I love you. And if you're not online, it's okay. All right, so that is it. So here you have your new version of the Clovis City Council. Looking forward to what's ahead. So we have 1 item of business tonight, that is public comments. This is an opportunity, if you have something to speak to the council about that is not on our agenda, I would invite you up now to do that. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh is right.
I know. That's why I said it. I'm good at this.
So I had some folks from last Monday share with me that they liked some of the stories that I told, so I'm going to share another story about Jose Flores. So when I first was elected to the council and came in, we nominated Jose to be the mayor, and that was the first time he served as mayor. And a few short months in 2001, after we had been on the council, we had the terrible tragedy, of course, with September 11th. And Pelco, a couple months after September 11th happened, invited 1,100 police officers and firefighters out, and it forged a strong bond between the city of Clovis and New York. But one thing I'll always remember is in March, Jose Flores was invited by the police and fire department of New York to go back and march in the St. Patrick's Day parade to represent the city of Clovis. And that year, I think Dave McDonald was also invited back. And Jose Flores and Dave McDonald marched with the police and fire department. And of course, yes, absolutely. Drew Bessinger was there representing the police department. There was a small contingent that went back, but it's amazing how many things have happened in the 24 years of service. But I wanted to share that story because to me it's extremely significant, and that tragedy was one which really melded the city of Clovis and New York together. And you, as our mayor, Jose, got to be back there to represent the city, and I'll always remember that. So thank you, both Jose and Drew.
Thanks, Nathan. Please.
My name is Charles Bro, B as in boy, R-O-U-G-H. The reason I've come tonight is because you've just had an election, and it's one of the foundations upon which our nation is built. I would like to address the fact that we do have a Declaration of Independence in 1776. There was a document which was passed in 1789 called the Northwest Ordinance, which was ratified in 1792. In addition to that, of course, we have our Constitution, we have our Bill of Rights. And the Bill of Rights, of course, guarantees the right of free speech. It also guarantees the freedom of religion. And even though we have separation of church and state, it's a concept which I'd like to address. You don't find the separation of church and state in the Declaration of Independence. You don't find it in the Northwest Ordinance of 1789 and 1792. In addition to that, you don't find it in the Constitution, nor do you find it in any of the other organic documents of our nation. The important thing about the separation of church and state is that it's not in any of these organic documents of the nation, but it was instead addressed by Thomas Jefferson in a letter to people who were called the Danbury Baptists. The Danbury Baptists had asked, what is the proper relationship between religion and the state? And what Thomas Jefferson responded to them and said was that indeed there is a veil of separation between the church and the state, but it is a one-way separation. In other words, the church can be involved in the government, but the government is not to be involved in the church. And so I'd like, in this particular situation, to offer what I think is sometimes left out of the public square. And so I'd just like to address it in this manner. Oh, come, all ye faithful, joyful and triumphant, oh, come ye to Bethlehem. Come and behold him, born the King of angels. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Sing, choirs of angels, sing in exaltation, oh, sing, all ye citizens of heaven above. Glory to God, glory in the highest. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him, Christ the Lord. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Blow. Anyone else in the public that would like to comment? Des?
Good evening, Council. I'm Des House. I'd like to first and foremost congratulate Drew, Diane, and Matt on your newly appointed position. And I'd like to thank every citizen of Clovis that came out and voted and exercised your right as an American to make the choices for your city. And I hope that everybody here just serves with honesty and integrity to keep Clovis first and Clovis always. Thank you.
Thank you, Des. Anyone else? All right, seeing no other public comment to come before the council, I do believe, oh, is there anybody on the web?
No.
I knew that, because I had a text from my son. He just logged off. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, Drew. We'll adjourn. Thank you all for being here, and our next meeting is next Monday night.
And Mayor, could we have
with cupcakes.
Have everybody take a cupcake?
Except the chocolate ones, because those will be for me. No, I'm just kidding. Take a chocolate one. Thanks, everybody.